Okay, so this is early spring, it's March. We do have some of our cool weather vegetables out here that like the spring. And here's a broccoli. And I've planted this broccoli and I've made a little saucer-shaped depression around the base of the plant. And that's so that we can deliberately water right where it's needed. I like to keep a bucket like this next to my boxes, maybe one or two boxes, and keep an old, Cool Whip dish in there, recycle. But the nice thing about this water here is that we keep it out and it gets warmed by the sun. So you're not putting ice cold water on your plant. And of course, just like we wouldn't like that, they'd be a little shocked by that. So I'm going to take a cup of this sun-warmed water and just put it around the base of that plant, and you see how that saucer-shaped depression is holding that right where the water's needed. So we really conserve water with our square foot gardening. I've got some spinach coming up here too. Now you may wonder how often you need to water, and depending on the plant, how often a certain plant might need watering. Well, basically one word, and that is consistency. Just be consistent with your watering. If you can get out there every couple of days, then that's great. Our boxes do need more watering than a traditional garden on a regular basis, because they are in a container, especially in the hot summer months. I will sometimes water every day. So of course you can tell if your plant is drooping or if it just isn't doing well. Add water, but don't wait until that point before you water. Just try to keep it consistent. Now, this isn't the only way to water your square foot garden. This is the way that we recommend. Well, another reason for this method is because you're up close and personal with your plants. And so you can see if it needs some dead leaves clipped off or anything like that. So it really, it's good for nurturing your garden to be up close and water this way. It's not the only way to water. If you have multiple boxes, it's going to save you time to put on a drip system. And we actually, on my website, we actually sell a great little drip system that's 4 feet by 4 feet in size. And
that's what I'm using.
And so the ideal thing is to, hook a timer up to that. Our little drip system just hooks right up to a faucet or even an end of a hose. And it rolls right out onto your box, and it's ready to go. And it just soaks your garden. You could put a timer on it, which is great, because if you go on vacation or you're gone for a week, you've got to have your garden watered. So put a timer on it and let it go for about an hour. I would recommend an hour on a timer with a drip system. Whenever my grandkids come over, they'll go straight for these buckets and start watering my gardens. And I don't have a single problem with it. First of all, our soil, our Mel's Mix, you cannot overwater your plants in it because it's like a sponge. It'll soak up the water that it can use, and then it'll drain off whatever excess water there is. So the kids love to water the garden. They'll go at it for hours if they could. So it's fun to have the kids out there helping, have their own little watering can or their own box. If you do fill these 5-gallon buckets with water, you do need to be careful if you have toddlers around, because I think we all know that can be a danger, where they drowning, danger for little toddlers. So, but chances are you're going to be out there with your kids anyway, because it's a family affair. The gardening is so much fun to do together.
Remember to keep checking back because Belinda with HomeGardensToGo.com, the square foot gardening expert, will actually be here longer than just this week of square foot gardening classes, but she will be here every week telling us more about gardening and taking us through the entire process all summer long. Because you want us to be successful, right?
I do, and I really appreciate you involving me because I'm really excited to help everybody.
So make sure you check out her website, HomeGardensToGo.com. Remember, she has the boxes, the dirt, the weed cloths. She delivers to more than just Utah. But if you do live in Utah, she will actually come and set it up for you and bring the dirt. So, for more tips and tricks for using food storage every day, visit www.everydayfoodstorage.net and HomeGardensToGo.com.